Start record. I need to quickly adjust that setting.
But you're streaming now, nerd.
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just I want to set up the recording as well. Start recording. What?
Nothing.
Did I do something wrong?
No, I'm just I'm not really I'm a bit confused by all the like buttons and stuff.
Oh, basically I want to be streaming at the same time as I'm recording, so I can use the footage later on. But if I'm using the stream footage, if you see, it has the chat in the corner.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's so high tech, so fancy.
It's the PS1 cutscene, if I remember right. Designs for the other four. Or am I supposed to like believe it's just four like Warriors of Light?
I think I'm not sure. I think it is 4 Warriors of Light. That's what it says.
I kind of think it's that thing where they feel like it's set in the story. If you look at the world of Final Fantasy, if you know what I mean, like in the world of Final Fantasy, you had the Warrior of Light, Princess Sarah.
Because I think Princess Sarah is kind of been retconned to be the white mage a bit.
Hey guys, we're live here from YouTube land.
And you can see the stream chat there, by the way, in case you couldn't see.
Oh, good morning. Welcome to my Minecraft stream.
Shut the fuck up. There we go.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think that would really be an option. Oh, can you not change the classes in this?
Yeah. What would you want to go for?
Oh no, I was just curious because like I don't know. I could literally never imagine playing this game without at least a theme.
I've played Final Fantasy 1 plenty of times before, so what do you want to play? What do you want to
sure. Does anyone?
You can actually beat the game no matter what the team is. You can't ruin it. People have beaten this game with like 4 white mages.
That's really impressive.
So, what do you want?
No, just as long as I have a thief, I'm not too bothered.
Come on.
I could literally never. I mean, white mage is good, black mage is good. It's all fine by me. Just I want a thief. That's all.
Okay, well we'll have a thief, but I don't really know what. I think thieves are going to use this place until they're independent mages.
Oh really? Okay. Well, what about a monk instead then?
Okay, sure, monk.
I like how they just all look like the same person except for red mage.
I mean, red mage kind of. I mean, I guess up top they all look the same. These two look different. Alright, so you want a monk, a warrior, white mage, black mage.
Yeah.
You don't want a red mage in these slots? Are you happy with that?
Well, we can have a red mage instead of a white mage. What does you upgrade the classes with rat tail, right?
Yeah, you take it to Bahamut.
The game audio is way louder than any voices. Maybe we should
Okay, I can adjust that. 1 second. Oh, I see what's happened there, yeah. For some reason my stream's audio settings have completely, like, defaulted. I don't know why.
I see.
I actually already had that down to there in a previous stream, but it went back. How's that, Eric?
But, what does the red mage end up turning into?
Red wizard, if I remember right.
Oh, it's weird they never really used that, like, concept in any of the other games.
Yeah, I don't think red wizard's ever been in another game. Or white wizard or black wizard.
Yeah, they had something similar to it in, like, Bravely Default, but I've actually forgotten their names.
Okay, so what do you want to name them then?
Oh. You just auto-name them.
Okay, auto name.
Leo.
Leo. Gorn. Nah.
Duncan.
Dunk. Ah yes, the great fantasy monk Duncan.
Duncan up there with Owzer.
I like Owzer.
Noah, Elias, Sarah. Oh, I suppose the white mage has to be a girl. Like I think that's pretty typical for a Final Fantasy game. Gunko, Homak. Oh, also a female.
Papa. I can't remember which game Papa. I think it might be Final Fantasy 11 character Papa.
You know at work today, there was a girl who... Okay, so where the cart is, like, I work like outside in the food cart, and where that cart is, there's like a bank next door, and this woman just tried to like get into the bank at first, and then she turned around to the cart and came back and went, "Sorry, do you have any Coca-Cola?" And we were like, "Excuse me?" And she just like walked off, and this woman was so desperate for whatever drink she was trying to get after. She literally just tried to break into the bank next door.
Okay, so this is new to me.
Hmm?
This cutscene, because this is the PSP version.
It's kind of interesting that they bothered to make new cutscenes for it. So what happens to the fire then?
Why don't you stop and watch?
Oh, nothing apparently.
Oh yeah, fire. Nah, fire's alright.
Yeah, whatever. We don't really need the fire crystal. The fire crystal's just kind of there for like, you know.
Yeah.
I never really understood why it was in the game anyway. I just felt it was like, okay, so we've got the 3. We clearly need a 4th.
I mean, I guess, but isn't fire kind of a traditional element?
Yeah, I suppose that's why they had to add it in. But like, if anything happens to it, it's not, nothing's really gonna happen to it, really. Like,
I mean, it'd be pretty bad for human civilization. Now, here's something interesting. You see how you just spawn like here, yeah? There's actually a novelization of this game, no joke.
Yeah.
And it completely explains like what, like I mean, I say it completely explains. They kind of just appear out of nowhere.
Oh, you got a little screen tear.
Yeah, I got a little bit of screen tear, so I'm going to quickly adjust that. Probably put it on that. Oh no, I don't want to reset it. Graphics, VSync on, rendering resolution. Let's go for 6 times PSP. With processing shader, anti-aliasing. I don't think you really need anti-aliasing for this, to be honest. Skill level 5 times. I'll put it on auto actually. Alright, that should be better.
Oh.
Okay.
It kind of looks like the... Oh, better.
Yeah, but it's kind of like... Look at how weird, like, bitmap traced everything looks. Alright. This is going to be a well interesting stream. I mean, it's a good thing that we're doing this, like, early on. Frame skipping 1? No, auto frame skip, that's what we want. For an FPS... It was deposterized, I think was the problem. Nice trap filtering, yeah.
Yeah, it has the same kind of graphics that the like mobile games had.
I don't know what's going on with the choppy audio, but I mean,
I think it's because it's a PSP game playing through a stream now.
Yeah. However, we have the problem of is it the anti-aliasing causing this like weird? No, because something is like going on it. Yeah, exactly. It looks like the fucking shitty Final Fantasy V ports.
Oh my god. I'll never forget them because they made me feel so uncomfortable because, like, I don't know, I just gotten so used to, like, Faris having blonde hair that seeing her with pink hair just made me feel, like, really uneasy.
It's still doing it. Well, I wonder who this man's could be in here talking smack. Oh, there we go. We got it.
Ah, yay. When you like smoothened out the pixels, it looked like it looked horrific.
It looks horrible.
It's kind of nice now. It's kind of funny to see how much like personality
and the audio is actually working.
I really, really like how the characters' eyes are like completely like half the size of their head. It reminds me of like 90s animes.
So that's going to take a while to use. Square is the menu button.
Oh, you know what I found out recently? Like, a lot of games that come over from Japan swap the use of the circle and X button.
Did you only just know that recently?
No, I have no idea because...
I mean, I guess like if you like played a lot of Final Fantasy, that's kind of common knowledge because it was well weird because in Final Fantasy 7 and 8, I think, it's circle as the confirmation button by default. And I always thought that was a bit weird, and then I learned growing up. Oh shit, I wasted some gil. We got 3 mans watching.
So, what was the, like, what was the reason for them just, like, randomly popping in and out of nowhere? What was the...
What do you mean?
In the novelization.
Oh, it doesn't actually explain where they came from, but it gives a little bit of... They don't know each other. They all woke up in the same place.
Yeah.
With... So you get protect at level 1 in the first game. That's so, like, unusual for a Final Fantasy game. But yeah, it doesn't actually... They don't know each other. They all have a shard of the crystal. And they're like, oh, we gotta works together.
You know what's really, like, kind of uncanny for me? The fact that the Black Mage has, like, normal hands.
You know that he's just supposed to be shadowed by the hat, right? He's not, like, actually pitch black.
Oh, I just kind of assumed he was because of Vivi from Final Fantasy IX.
I'm pretty sure Vivi... well, Vivi's different because Vivi's manufactured.
Well, that's rude.
Oh, Orthos. God, I forgot, like, Final Fantasy 1's magic's kind of overpowered, to be honest. That's a point. Should I give you a pen and paper to take some notes for me, or should I just remember them?
I'll just remember it. Don't be such a nerd.
Do you want to shut up?
It's so funny how, like, Sarah was basically, like, just in it for a few
She was
5
just
minutes.
the rescue princess.
Yeah, but, she basically is considered, like, a main character in all the other side material because they don't have anyone else but the Warrior of Light. Like,
I don't know why they didn't just make all the character classes mascots, but I guess that comes with the problem of, like, canonizing the 4 players. Like, what is the canon party, basically? I always think it's just warrior, thief, black mage, white mage, to be honest.
It makes sense for it to be that.
Yeah, you 4 randoms, you're clearly better than our entire army.
It always reminds me of, like, okay, so in Dragon Quest, like, you go from town to town, and the king is always like, oh my god, please, I really need help, I'll take any outsider's help, because X has done Y, and it's, I don't know, I like Dragon Quest. I really recommend people play it if they haven't.
We can stream through the Dragon Quest at some point if you want.
Oh my god, no. I mean, I love you, but I don't know if I want to waste like 40 years of my life.
Isn't that just a relationship, though?
Oh, well, yeah, true, but like, it's not 40 years with like, I don't know, every...
Yeah, I'm just responding to stream chat. Final Fantasy 1's soundtrack is like the most overlooked in the series, I think. Oh,
Goblins! Oh, the art's so cute.
Did you see the water flicker there for a second? Also, could you, like, smash my phone, please?
I didn't really think about that before I said it.
Just mute it. guess you do that too. The stream is quickly turning into a cry for help. Might I add, this is also fantastic music here.
The music I remember, like, I think the music from this game I remember most, even though I haven't actually completed it, I didn't really get too far.
I think we sat down to play, like, the Dawn of Souls version.
And I remember,
Oh, do you want to see the great trick in the original Final Fantasy?
Go on.
Oh, I guess it's not here. Yeah, usually if you step in front of a treasure chest in the first game, it sets off a random encounter.
Oh, I see.
And it can be really fucking Oh. Maybe they removed that in the PSP version, because it was really annoying. Why am I going to that?
I want to ask something here, and it's like, okay, so you see those zombies, why do they look so different from the main characters? Like,
because they're zombies?
I know that, but like, skeleton-wise, they very clearly look really different to me.
No, the main character's just really chubby, baby.
It's like in, okay, so I brought it up before as well, but Bravely Default, the main characters are like half the size of everyone else, even though they're like adults, and I never understood why. I suppose that's how you know like you're gonna be important then, where you're born with like eyes that are half the size of your head. And you're really small and fat.
Are you projecting onto onto media?
Maybe a little bit. I'm being a bit shade there, I'm a little hurt.
Just stop being so small then.
Oh shit, dude, Dark Souls.
This is truly the Dark Souls of Final Fantasy. Yeah, see, having a white mage is like just the best in this game.
It's because of
This door has been bound by the Mystic Key, as if you'd ever know what that is in your first playthrough.
It's kind of thing with a lot of role-playing games, though. It's kind of a bit difficult to get into, I thought. "42? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, magic's strong, but
I'm assuming like MP runs out quick.
I can't remember if the PSP version has MP. It looks like it does down from the side, but originally it had a points-based casting system. So until you went to an inn or use an ether or something, you'd be like, oh, you're level 1 magic, you can use 5 level 1 spells and 2 level 2 spells.
Oh, I see, I see.
Right, I'm leveling up after every fight here. That's gonna take a while to get used to. Look at my warrior's health already. Not down the first dungeon. I'm gonna go get Garland over and done with.
You're just gonna go for him straight away?
You're not actually supposed to grind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's the multi-hit system that they like completely got rid of in Final Fantasy until like
Bravely Default.
No, they brought it back in like 12, I think. I think that was... Oh my god, the encounter rate is so high here.
I can't get over how pretty it looks. I know it's like PSP, but like it feels like all the enemies had such like care put into their design.
I mean, they didn't look that amazing on the original. Yeah, White Mage is the ultimate combat class. Does this have... Yeah, there's no Rose in the first game. It's all or nothing.
Was it 3 rows were first introduced?
I think 2 had. I'm pretty sure 2 had rows. I vividly remember putting Maria in the back row because she had a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost certain 2 had rows.
2 is the one I've not touched anything of. Like, I think...
Alright, let me just tell you, I've played Final Fantasy 1 about 10 times. I have never had to leave the first dungeon to go heal. But I will say, I have never played the PSP version before. So I'm wondering if they made it harder? Or if I'm just being bad this time.
I think maybe the groups of enemies are much bigger.
Could also be because I don't usually run around looking for the treasure chests.
You want to know something interesting about the Final Fantasy III remake? They couldn't, like, basically they could, the DS's, like, limitations for the 3D couldn't handle more than, like, 3 enemies on screen at once. So to make up for that, they made the enemies much stronger, which is why the game's really difficult.
Oh.
Yeah. And also the fact that, like, oh my god, the stupid MP system in that game made me so mad, because ethers were impossible to find. Like, you couldn't buy them from shops, and you couldn't find them, like, unless you were extremely lucky. And then you would have to, like, waste all your MP turning yourself into a frog to get into a dungeon, and then turning yourself back to a normal human so you could actually fight monsters instead of getting creamed.
And this was in...
3.
Yeah, I swear to you, I cannot stand Final Fantasy 3.
It's so weird because I have so many good memories of it because I used to play it like on the DS a lot as a kid, but like I tried replaying as an adult and I don't know, like maybe I'm just not as patient.
Yeah, I
as
really
used to
liked
be.
the 3 remake when it first came out, but then the one time I tried to replay it, I just couldn't stand it.
Yeah, as soon as I had to turn myself into a gnome and back again, I was like, no, I ain't doing this, no,
like,
I'm good.
I think once you get off the first continent, that it's better on the second. Like once you beat Garuda and you get the airship and everything, but the first continent is just horrible. There's like nothing interesting going on in the story. All you've got is Cid as like a hub place to go, hey Cid, what's going down? Frogs, Vikings, tiny status effect, fire tower. Oh, this dude sacrificed himself.
I don't remember like anything about the Vikings apart from I think maybe they lived underground, or was that the dwarves? I just don't remember. I mean, it's probably the dwarves. They have the living underground part down.
Yeah, the dwarves were where the fire like. Did it have crystals in that game? I can't even remember if that game had crystals.
They did have crystals in the game, I remember.
Yeah, you know the fire boss, which was like the big lizard.
Yeah.
And you had to chase him down through the dungeon. That's where the dwarves are.
The only really memorable thing about that game was the design of Cloud of Darkness.
I really liked Xande as well.
Oh, was he the guy, like the guest?
He was the fake out final boss.
Oh, right.
You know, the big purple guy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like the wizard before you go into the
void?
void.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, 3 was like the first Final Fantasy I completed. And then after that, I didn't touch anything until 10.
Is that because 3 put you off?
No, I just like, I just never got around to playing it. Like,
And was that when I introduced you to the series as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hadn't touched it. I was like, I like my other like Zing JRPGs,
So
like
when
Shin Megami Tensei.
when you first played Final Fantasy 1, how far did you get through it?
1. Oh, I got to Mount. I'm gonna. My head's saying Gulag, but I know that ain't the name.
Mount Gulag.
The communist capital.
Yes, the Mount Gulag, where you must recover the fabled weapons, the hammer and sickle.
And you just go in there and it's Karl Marx as the final boss. No.
There's Zombie Lenin.
But you know what I mean.
You can use a Phoenix
mountain.
Down to kill Zombie Lenin.
Okay, Jesus Christ, but yeah, it was the Mount G thing. You know what I'm talking about, the volcano?
Mount Gulag, I think.
Gulag.
Or Gulag, maybe.
Well, there we go, like, I wasn't too far
Or,
off.
like, in one of the weirdly translated versions, like, Gulga. Or Galag. Or it sounds like
so
you're trying to
weird
pronounce
how,
Wonder Woman's
like-
name, Mount Gal Gadot. Okay, please tell me they kept the translation the same.
Who's the freaking...
Yes! It's so awkwardly translated. Unless he's supposed to say that. But I don't think this big demon knight man is supposed to actually say, I will knock you all down.
I wonder how they're gonna do the translation in the remake.
Peep the boss music as well.
Peep it. Look at the boss music.
It's great, isn't it?
It looks nowhere near as cool as like his other designs. But I suppose
Well, that
like,
is the design.
I know.
That's
but
the
it's not
Garland.
as cool. Why would you even have like a helmet like that? Just isn't practical.
Well, no spoilers for you, but I don't think that Garland cares much about practicality.
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe that's where villains go wrong. There's so many things like oh my fucking god! Can we not make Garfield jokes? But no, there's so.
I, Garland, will knock down your Lagana.
No, I think if a lot of Final Fantasy villains really, if they thought their plans for a little bit and weren't so, you know, childish, they probably could get away with a lot.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like.
If Kuja didn't have that fit, he probably would.
I don't even remember what Golbez's plan actually was in Final Fantasy IV. I know what it leads up to. I don't actually remember what he was doing. Have you not shown Eric the fabled My Lagana picture?
No, I told him about it. And then he shared another nice lasagna meme with me that was like when the lasagna crisp. I'm not even pronouncing it right anymore. I'm just lost.
Lasagna memes make up like your personality, I think. Are those Chocobo statues? Are they? Look.
I mean, they probably wouldn't have been there in the original game.
Yeah,
Chocobos
I'm guessing they
didn't appear
probably.
till, like...
Oh look, Sarah does Sarah does the one thing in the whole game.
Yeah, and then she becomes like
She becomes a big character.
It's just so weird how she's like in all the like side like content as the other character from 2.
Yeah, I kind of wish they retconned her into the White Mage.
I think they basically have at this point, which is fine, I think. But like what are we gonna do about the other 2 characters then?
Nothing.
Bridge.
It's a hard mode run, just a knight and a fighter. I just realised you got me a cup of ice to fill up with a drink, and I just let it melt. We're to do our part to fulfill a prophecy, as if it wouldn't happen anyway. That's kind of the point of a prophecy. Actually, that'd be a good story idea. A story about, like, people just being lazy because they think a prophecy means it's just going to happen anyway, and then it doesn't. There you go. Writes itself.
Sounds like you can construe that into Star Wars.
No, I know, because he does bring balance to the Force, because he kills Palpatine.
Yeah, that's true, but no one wanted to do anything because they didn't think he was part of the prophecy. Because, you know, they didn't want to train him because he was too old.
I guess.
Like, I don't know. I really hate
Whose the man is this? Alright, bye mate. Oh no, I think I just realised what that might be.
Go on.
I think that was Matoya. If that's Matoya, then they've done that thing where they're like, oh yeah, we have to spell out to the player what they have to do. Like, oh yeah, you gotta go find Matoya. You can't just find it on your own. That could be something I could talk about in the video.
I'd like a nice middle ground between that sort of thing.
I think this would... I guess you could consider this a middle ground because there's no tutorial.
Yeah.
I am so sick of tutorials in games.
To some extent, but I have played games where I've really needed them.
Oh, here you go. This is where it all begins, babe.
Oh, such a nice piece of art to go along with it as well. Oh, do you remember the references in Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so nice.
Eric's gotta go. You
Bye bye,
can't
Eric.
just wave at the screen. There's no webcam.
He knows I'm waving though now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Bye, Eric.
I need to give like audio commentary. It's like an autism screening of like, Sing or something.
I think it's quite advanced for its time, this game, to be honest. It had, like a decent, like the story wasn't really like anything that was
I mean, if you
around.
saw the NES version, you wouldn't be saying that. Let's just say that.
I think a lot of things that Final Fantasy does has been before its time, i.e. 6.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
really-
know. I don't know if I'm quite happy you said that or a
You
little.
do really need to get your shit together.
It's okay. You can't get your shit together if you don't have any.
You lost your shit.
I don't think I ever had it to begin with.
You never had shit.
It's so cute, but a bit weird they stood there from sunrise till like daytime.
just chilling. Don't at me, I'm chilling.
Oh god. Normie memes.
Said the monk to the thief. Don't you tell me I'm a normie.
It's nice though, I don't know. This part of the game is just so peaceful.
It's quite a comfy bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Need more comfy games. Oh boy.
Got a nice title with a character who's technically not even in the game.
I seriously can't go over the discrepancy there. I really need to like talk about that like in depth
It
in
makes
my
me
video.
feel so uncomfortable when I play, because when so I got into Final Fantasy really late for like someone who plays video games, and when I played Final Fantasy, I expected a Warrior of Light because I'd like seen him in like Dissidia, I'd
Oh,
seen
really?
him in like a bunch of stuff, and I was playing and it slowly dawned on me that the Warrior of Light was nowhere, and Sarah was in the game for like 2 minutes at most, so I was a bit confused, like, because I had just like built up in my head that the Warrior of Light was like a major character, and he's like never there, like he's not even in the game at all, and Sarah shows up for like, you know, 2 minutes and she's gone. I wonder if they're ever gonna plan a remake though for it.
Are you in a proper like story-based
Yeah.
remake? I don't know if that would be a bit ambitious for what it is. Oh, goodbye.
Rip. I like how it's got such
Yeah.
a tame name like Crazy Horse. Like,
I've just been reminded of one of the problems I always used to have with Final Fantasy 1. My black mage always dies.
maybe you should have changed him out for a red mage or something.
Yeah, I'm feeling that now, but it's a bit late.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe you should be psychic and then you can not ruin my streams and my games. No, I'm kidding, I love you.
I'm a bit hurt.
You turd. That's so satisfying, just seeing your white mage absolutely twat a
Why
wall.
does the white mage have the hammer though? Like, is that just a weapon that works really well? for them, or-
It's kind of a lost Final Fantasy tradition
oh,
to
really?
give white mages hammers.
That reminds me of Paladin sword, so I think that's pretty cool.
I can't remember the other games that did that. I think Final Fantasy 3 gave white mages gave hammers to white mages.
Yeah, they had like stage. I think they could equip hammers. That is one freaky ass lizard.
I'm pretty sure the Masamune, which is in this, if that's how you pronounce it,
Masamune, yeah. I think so.
the white mage can use that in this.
Oh.
Yeah, believe
So-
it or not, Sephiroth's famous sword got its start in this game. Weird,
The
right?
Masamune is, I think it's like based on like a real.
It's based on a
sword,
tale of the great sword makers Muramasa and Masamune having a contest to see who could make the best sword. And I think the story is like kind of a unbreakable. What is it? Unmovable object versus the
like unbreakable.
unbreakable force.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that. I can't talk today.
No,
Yeah. It's alright, only one person is watching me stumble over my words. For now.
I think it's Jenny as well.
Is it?
That's okay, it's nice playing the game anyway, and I chat shit regardless of who's watching.
Yeah, and then we can get the footage up on YouTube as well, automatically. I really like YouTube gaming. I am definitely enjoying it more than I ever did streaming on Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. I don't really like Twitch because I feel like it's like culture's a little toxic.
Yeah, it's all like chat spam and stuff.
Yeah, like on League of Legends, like memes are really like the most harrowing thing ever for me.
Haha Kappa. I literally never got into the whole Twitch thing, so there's not been a single day that I've not wanted to stab someone in the throat that says Kappa at the end of the sentence.
I know. I honestly, like, when Broscore came into my workplace, since I met him, like, yesterday.
Oh, a little name drop there.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm famous. When Broscore came into my workplace, like, the other day, I was honestly expecting, like, him to be like, ooh, Kappa. But, like, he never said anything. He was quite polite, which I don't know if it was a bit of a disappointment or a nice surprise, but it was something.
We expect something a lot worse from streamers usually, don't you?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to be as polite as he was. Especially considering, like, his online persona is not that. His nose job looked really good, though. Like, it was perfect. I didn't even, like, take heed of it.
He had a nose job?
Yeah, he used to be big. Like, it was, like, twice the size of the rest of his face.
Oh, it already looked like that in the picture you sent.
No, he had a reasonably good job with it now. Now he's just got a slightly bigger nose.
Why not just embrace the parts of your body? Why people would be like, ooh, plastic surgery?
To be fair, if you're a streamer, I suppose that, like, a lot of, like, your physical, like, people are looking at your face all the time.
Not necessarily. I've not got a webcam and I've got a whole 0 people watching at the moment.
But, yeah, but he had a lot more people. Like, a lot more.
I think you just missed the fact that I said 0 people there as a joke.
I know, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. I don't see
hard.
why it would come into it if you're like a video game streamer. Like, people ain't going into video game streams to see like top tier looks, are they?
Have you seen the like?
Current, I've seen some
mm.
very popular streamers, people such as I'm a Cutie Pie. Certainly not an accurate name. Where is the inn? Oh, hey Dan, it's saying 0 watching on my end. I guess that account's not like entirely accurate.
No, it just went up now.
Oh, it's gone up now. Where is the inn?
I don't think it counts people on mobile.
Am I completely overlooking where the inn is in this town, or is there not an inn in this town?
What does the little like teapot mean?
I just remembered the inn's at the goddamn middle. I've just been running around like a fool.
It's so big as well.
Oh, yeah,
It doesn't count people on mobile, I don't
That's
think.
strange.
Because Jenny said she was watching, so...
Oh, Jenny watching at the moment as well?
I love her so much.
Okay. So, at this bit, you gotta fight some pirates. Oh, you can save it. Can you save anywhere? You can save anywhere, alright.
That's nice. More games should have that feature.
Okay. I like the tension from save points.
You got cannonballs of steel.
Prepare for the most interesting boss fight you'll ever see.
Not really. What the hell? But yeah, like, are the main characters some kind of midgets, or... Oh no, we're not playing together, I'm just sat, like... I'm not even sat, like, on a chair, I'm sat on, like, the table next to him watching him.
Yeah, we're just doing a single player run together.
I think the only, like, multiplayer Final Fantasy was,
you could do multiplayer in 6 and 9, and obviously 11 and 14 out.
Oh my god, wait, you can do it in 9? Wow, way to make that slower than it ever needed to be.
Me and my brother used to play it, and we'd always fight over who would get to control Vivi. Why'd you do...
Oh, that's innocent. I was looking for the drink.
You just do that little hand motion as if that's going to help you find it quicker.
Yeah. It's cute that you guys fought over who will control VV.
Have a good night then, Dan.
Bye bye, Dan.
It's not really a boss fight.
Just a massive mob of enemies.
Yeah, it's like really easy.
Are them like? Is this one of the more difficult Final Fantasies, or is it just kind of?
In my experience, I would say this might actually be the hardest. Maybe followed by 2. The early ones are kind of like.
You just stole that guy's ship. That's really messed up.
I mean, I guess he's like, oh shit, these 4 literally just killed my whole crew.
He ain't
Well,
really a
what am I
pirate
gonna-
anymore, is he?
Yeah, now he's just like,
Oh, you killed my crew. Just please don't kill me.
that's it, new career path. Take my boat, please.
He don't really have a choice in it, does he? So.
Whoa.
Oh, gross.
Shut up, baby, you love it.
The white mage and the black mage from this are playable in a Mario basketball game. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
I know. I've actually seen it, but I just kind of forget regularly.
Like, I remember when I was playing it, I was like, is that a cactuar? Like, I had no idea, like, because I had it on my R4 card, because someone just, like, gave it to me.
You know what? The pronunciations in Final Fantasy are so goddamn annoying, because they vary from game to game.
I totally thought it was cactuar, but apparently it's
I usually go with cactar.
But they pronounce it in a really weird way in Final Fantasy XIV. I really hate it when I find out I've been pronouncing something wrong, like, my whole life, because it's the kind of, like, trauma of getting used to it, like...
Yeah. Until I was about 12, I used to pronounce mass as mass. And it was just like kind of a horrible realization when I found out that that's not even close.
Then maybe us Northerners are doing the right thing.
Oops. There's a code that you can put in on the boat.
Yeah.
Oh god, the water is very glitchy on the simulator. That's right, I don't really care how it looks on stream. I just want to make sure that when I'm editing the video together later on, everything looks fine.
It's weird that, like, some of the enemies look totally normal and have normal names, but then you get the thing like the lizard before, where no lizard looks like that in the existence of ever.
That shark is like, a.
Yeah, I know, but like, if someone drew that, I'd instantly be able to be like, shark, but if someone showed me lizard, I'd be like, what the hell is that?
I probably think basilisk. If someone showed me that lizard.
I'd just be like, what the fuck? Look at his funky
Like,
hair.
why did you draw this?
I just, like, I wouldn't really, like, be freaked out or anything, I'd just be a bit confused, like, I don't know, it just doesn't look like a lizard. I mean, okay, so... Yeah, you got the goblins here. Goblin, makes sense. You got the shark. Shark makes sense. And then you have some like weird pink thing with multiple arms and legs and hair and crazy eyes. And...
Yep. Well, I mean, I still think that looks like a basilisk.
I suppose so, but it definitely doesn't look like a lizard.
Yeah.
Like...
So, I guess you could use lizard as a qualifier. You'd be like, oh, it's some kind of lizard. It's certainly not your bog standard like pet lizard. I don't want to keep that in a cage. It looks like a Termite stone if I looked at it.
Do something, I don't know.
What?
It would do something, but I'm not too sure what. Like, I don't know. It kind of looks like it'd just try and like sell you like... It looks like those people at Camden who pull you over to the side.
Okay, now here's the moment of truth. Is it Matoya?
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Oh no, Matoya, it looks totally different. Okay, so I don't know what the hell that, like, thing was supposed to be.
Maybe extra content?
Maybe extra content. I mean, it's just the PSP version.
Yeah, because they added extra content in like the remix of 5. Because I remember trying to like attempt to do the.
Oh, they have plenty of like
other bosses.
hidden dungeons in later ones.
I love it when it's more than just like your bog standard like skin over. I love it when they give me that little bit of extra stuff.
She's blind, steal everything.
Oh, that's. If this was like a Telltale game, it would punish you so hard for that. If this was a Western game in general, it would punish you so hard for that.
Yeah, you'd have to make sure.
When I make like cross the bridge, because I never really played Western RPGs because I grew up with like Japanese consoles basically. But when I cross the bridge into like playing Western RPGs, which I do really love now, by the way, like I don't regret.
Okay, so there's no tutorial, but
Go
these
on.
dudes here, yeah?
Yeah. They speak backwards.
Read it.
Tickle's not a sad.
No, read it backwards.
Oh. Dash button. Select.
Do you want to press those buttons on the controller?
Okay. What would be the select button? on this?
Share, I think.
So.
Circle is dash.
Oh.
Yep.
What a stupid way to do it.
And that's how you open the map.
Wow. But
Has that upset you?
yeah. Anyway, as I was saying before, like the crossover from Japanese RPGs to Western RPGs was that I really struggled to understand why I couldn't take everything and why like I constantly had like if it ever had like a morality meter, mine would be so far like in the red because I stole everything and I just couldn't understand like if I'm saving the world, why can't I have this? Like the worst one for me was Divinity: The Original Sin because like I stole everything in that game. I even stole this woman's underwear and like she got really angry at me for it and I
don't know why you'd come to that like thought process as being such a difficult thing. Like in real life, like if a soldier that was defending your country just burst into your house, opened your chests and took out all your jewelry, like
I mean,
I don't think you'd be.
Enough. That's fair enough. But I don't have goblins or undead in this universe, so I'm not too fussed either way. I don't think you can really compare it.
We have Australians.
Yeah, I know, but they're not from here. If there was Australians in my house, I'd welcome any freedom fighter.
Like, yes, please, just remove them. I can't deal with this.
I just still don't understand. Like,
They keep throwing empty beer cans at me and calling me a cunt.
Like, the one that shocked me was, like, I ate a sandwich in Chrono Trigger, and later you get after, like, the kind of tutorial bit, you get put on trial, and I was just so shocked that they was, like, this guy was like, yeah, he ate my sandwich, because consequences in video games just, it kind of makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I wasn't really too fond of it. I'm still now, if I play, like, an RPG, a Western RPG, I have to have lockpicking or I get a bit antsy. Playing Morrowind was such a hard experience for me because there was so many stuff I couldn't take.
You mean so much stuff?
So much stuff I couldn't take. And the fact that it weighed me down, I didn't understand why I just couldn't hoard everything and sell it all. It's kind of a learning experience.
Yeah, Japanese RPGs are
They're very plain, aren't they, compared
not
to...
plain, they just stray far from realism.
Mm.
I just know this guy and he would like be offended if a game wasn't realistic. And it was like, why are you playing an escapist genre if all you want is realism?
What the hell was it he played then? Just like...
Well, ironically, I mean, when I said realistic, I meant like the systems, like weight systems, you know, and
Oh god, really?
he wanted it to be grounded within rules. So I remember one distinct discussion we had was, do you remember the cutscene in Crisis Core in the simulation with Angeal, Genesis, and Sephiroth?
Yeah, I do.
He took fucking offense to that scene
Wow.
because he was like, oh, they're just flying around, it's not realistic. And I was like, right, first of all, mate, that's a fucking simulation. That's not really happening right now.
And two, I mean, one of
Dude,
the
it's got
characters...
fantasy in the name!
It's about, like, an alien that comes down and tries to, like, kill Earth. Jesus Christ, give it, you know, have some whip when it comes to that sort of thing. I love it when monk is like I guess like crippled or what.
I think it's quite funny that they
He
use
looks so concerned. Like
I like when they use the little speech bubble to show that a character's poisoned or something. Because I just imagine that they're screaming, "I'm poisoned! I'm poisoned!" the whole time.
I always like when I was a kid.
Or just screaming.
When I was a kid, I always thought the poison symbol meant they were sweating green.
Which game are you talking about?
I actually don't remember.
I know that there's one where it looks like a little bit of poison sweat, but I can't remember which one off the top of my head. And that's gonna bother me all night now.
I just think that the teardrop, the green teardrop shape is like a generic symbol for poison though. Or like a purple skull and crossbones or something.
That's a new one to me.
Really? I always see it in roguelikes. Maybe, like, the one I, like, specifically remember from is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Ah, okay. Early game Black Mages are so useless, but obviously Black Wizards are great.
Elfheim.
Yeah, do you want to see a nice Easter egg?
Oh, is this the one that's, like, in every Did You Know game?
Yeah. Did you know game? Look! Oh, wait. I don't know if it was one of these ones. Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't it originally the main character from Dragon Quest in the original?
It was the Dragon Quest 3 character. The one that apparently is talked about in the first 2 games.
Yeah. He's like a hero of legend and you actually finally get to play him.
Like Elric or something like that?
Depends what version you play.
Erdrick.
That
was it.
Edric. Yeah, if you try and name your character after him in another game, but I don't remember which one it is, the character's like, oh, that's blasphemous, you can't do that!
Like, oh no, what are he doing?
Yeah. I think, there's no, like, it's kind of different with, like, Final Fantasy in that there's no really, like, official names for any of the characters apart from him, as far as I remember. And I know that, the character in 5 is supposed to be Madison, but after that it's kind of like I think
look at those little god rays coming in from the top of the screen.
That's cute. It's some nice lens flare.
It's kind of the ideal like PSP version, really.
How come there's never any elves in any of the old, like the newer Final Fantasies? Did they just kind of forget about
there
them?
There are elves in 11 and 14.
There's elves in every MMORPG.
Yeah, I don't know why that's kind of a rule.
Because what else will the girls play? Well, apart from the Catwoman.
7 and 8 were just. Oh look, we're sci-fi now.
9, I think the elves would have suited it if they came back. But there are a lot of different, unique races in that one.
There were elves, but they were just regular like enemies. I could be remembering it wrong.
And then 10, I had no time for that.
12, no.
12 was too sci-fi as well. They probably
no, 12's not sci-fi.
Well, not sci-fi.
Plenty of races.
I think like 12 is true science.
The boy he said. Should I cut this stream off at like an hour? We stream for an hour.
I'm kind of.
I tell you why there are dwarves and elves and all that. Final Fantasy well, Final Fantasy in general actually is kind of a mishmash of like cultural things, and it's really just based mostly off like mythology and, believe it or not, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I assumed Dungeons and Dragons because it was really big at the time.
They actually had to censor a few names, and they not censor but change a few names when they came over here.
Yeah.
Because they were just flat out taken from Dungeons and Dragons. Like an enemy called the Beholder.
If I ever played Dungeons and Dragons with someone who played an elf, though, I won't be able to hold my disdain.
I heard a thing that apparently after Warcraft 3 came out, like everybody in D&D campaigns wanted to be an orc.
Oh, that's actually quite sweet, I think.
Because of Thrall. Everybody wanted to be Thrall.
I just find elves as a whole so boring. Like, I like original pagan mythology think. I think it's pagan mythology about what elves are, and that's basically like reincarnated humans.
Yeah.
I like that idea, but I just they're so boring. Like, oh yes, we're lovely tree people.
Wait, hang on. Treasure house is now by the mystic key. What? I think he's just like shouting at me when I walk over here. Like, mate! Someone missed the key! Get out of there!
Oh, that's a cool little system.
It has the boss music as well.
Oh, that's really, really cool actually. I get to look at my lizard for the rest of my life now.
So what do you think of the Final Fantasy 1 so far then?
This is like a really decent remake. I like the magic system, but I can see why it wouldn't work like in a modern Final Fantasy.
What, the buying system?
Yeah, and the point system as well. Because, I don't know.
I think it's just MP now. God damn it. That is so just awful.
What are the like enemies in the Final Fantasy games that like you just really hate every time they show up in random encounters?
Okay, in Final Fantasy 9, there is an enemy which creates it opens its chest up and there's a mirror in there. And it will...
Oh god, I remember
it
that
will make
one.
a random party member, not just party member, any of the main characters.
It's stone, right?
No. It will create a copy of any of the main characters, even if they're not in your party.
Yeah.
And if your party happens to have the party member that it creates a copy of, it will insta-kill that party member.
It's just such a dumb idea, especially since like you don't really have that many different like you have quite a big party in 9.
4, yeah, which is fairly big one of standards. You can have a party of like 5 in Final Fantasy 4, believe it or not.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you have like 3 frontline, 2 back or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured so. 4 is another one, like, I think 4 and 2 are the only ones I've not had any interaction with whatsoever.
I think the main thing I would consider a tradition that I wish they put in more of the games, and it is definitely a system that has been in quite a few of them. Oh, sorry. Is the system where they have 3 characters, but a guest character. Final Fantasy
Oh, yeah.
2, 12,
3 did it as well.
15. Did 3 do that?
Well, 3 had was...
Oh no, 3 had 4 characters and a guest character.
Yeah.
I guess you can count 3.
Because the guest character didn't always do shit. Sometimes you'd really need him, and sometimes you just...
Yeah, but like
fuck
when
off.
that guest character actually did come in and like heal your whole party.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. I was like blessed. That guy with the blue hair and the earring, he was like my worst nightmare, because like, I just like, please make heal me, please. And sometimes he would. And sometimes he just completely ignore me. He was perfectly fine to heal me against like generic mobs, but like during the boss fight, he was like leaving me on scene. Because I don't like that random chance. I just rather you like do it straight away. It's like, oh my god, these stupid like. I remember having like aneurysms when I was playing the Persona games because the navigator would never do shit. Like he like, please help me, please. I really need SP right now. It just ignores me. And it kind of feels like artificial difficulty because I'm relying on someone who just like, you know, I'm supposed to be saving the world here, and so are you. We'll die if we don't do this, and you just ain't giving me the health back I need, even though you have the ability to.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I wish more Final Fantasies had that system of the guest character on top of the main party.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy 2, it's pretty much consistently guest characters throughout the entire game. You always have aside from a few parts we don't, but you nearly always have a guest character.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 9 spoiled the story for me.
No, that you know, you realise Final Fantasy 9 only spoils like up to like the second hour of the game.
No. I mean, it seems like, I don't know, from Dissidia, like, the characters seem like quite interesting. The villain, I mean, he's very
What,
pretty
Palamecia?
cool. Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, what? Have they put in like a bloody Final Fantasy II system in here now.
Oh god, that's horrible.
Look, magic. He's got a magic level. Oh, he's like, oh, one more fight should do it.
So is it like kind of like job points or something in
Not
Fine.
job points. It's more like, you know how, depending on what your job is, you'll get stats, I guess.
I think the one thing Final Fantasy II do, which I go is not resentful, but just, you know, have negative feelings towards is I can't think of classes in anything but Final Fantasy terms. Like, I don't know. I know Dragon Quest like had the thing first, but I just if I see like someone uses healing magic, I never think, oh, it's a priest or a bishop or anything. I just think, oh, white mage, and I don't, you know.
If they're in a white robe, I think white mage. If they got a shield, I think cleric. If they got a shield or a mace, I think cleric. If they got armor, I think paladin.
I suppose so. No, I only think paladin if I see a hammer. If I don't see a hammer, I don't assume it's a paladin. Which is weird because every paladin I've ever played in a video game had a sword, but you know, I just automatically associate them with white armor and a hammer. Have there really been many paladins apart from in the MMO games though?
There was Cecil in Final Fantasy IV. It was a big deal when he was a paladin. Beatrix is unofficially a paladin in 9.
Oh yeah, Beatrix is rough.
In fact, no, I don't even know if it was unofficially. I think she actually was just outright called a paladin by the devs. Because she had white magic as well as sword art. Just a car alarm going off. Alright. Well, we've put in a good hour on the stream. So, do you want to get off for now?
Yes, let's go watch for Pokemon.
Alright. I know no one's in here at the moment. Well, unless they're on mobile, but thanks very much if you sat and watched this on a repeat later on.
Or even, like, just parts of it later.
Yeah.
It was nice.
We're going to be playing through this whole game together because I'm doing an analysis of Final Fantasy 1 for the channel, which is probably my biggest video project ever. So, thanks for watching.